and welcome to Tuesday's edition of the Regional News. We begin with news from Brazil. Brazilian police are investigating a retired general who was far-right former President Jair Bolsonaro's running mate, planned to bring Army Special Forces to the country's capital as part of a plan for a military coup after losing the 2022 election. General Walter, who had been Bolsonaro's defense minister and chief of staff, discussed preparing the travel and housing for members of a warfare unit to help foment a coup in Brazil, according to documents seen by Reuters and two sources with knowledge of the investigation. They say investigators have found Walter playing a key role in a plot led by Bolsonaro to prevent Luiz Lula da Silva taking office. The plot was foiled by former commanders of the Army and Navy, who said they refused to join the conspiracy. Bolsonaro has denied attempting a coup in the days after his election defeat, which he never conceded. He left for the United States to avoid handing the presidential sash to Lula. We tell you now that French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday said the government is seeking to designate new regulated gold mining zones in its South American territory of French Guyana to combat illegal mining and its environmental consequences. In an address from the territory head of a 3-day trip to Brazil, Macron said France was considering drafting a plan within 3 months for areas with important gold reserves. Workers in these areas would be held to sustainable mining rules, Macron said, including an existing ban on mercury, a toxic metal small-scale and illegal miners use in extraction which leaks into rivers, oceans, forests, and spreads to human populations. Illegal miners in the territory release around 1.3 kg of mercury for each kilogram, 2.2 pounds of gold extracted. Worldwide Fund for Nature WWF data showed the program would bar illegal miners, many from neighboring countries, from entering these areas and limit their activities, motivated by rising gold prices, Macron added. And now for some international news. A huge rescue operation is underway for 7 people after a major bridge in Baltimore snapped and collapsed after a container ship rammed into it, leaving 1 person in a very serious condition. 2 people were pulled from the waters, according to Baltimore Fire Chief James Wallace. There is no indication that the crash was intentional, authorities have said. Wallace confirmed emergency services may be looking for an upward of 7 people, but he said that number could change. It was not clear if the 2 rescued were included in the 7. The vessel appears to have crashed into one of the supports of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Emergency responders were searching for at least 7 people believed to be in the water, Cartwright said, though he said it's too early to know how many people were affected. He called the collapse a developing mass casualty event. Agencies received emergency calls around 1:30 a.m. reporting that a ship leaving Baltimore had struck a column on the bridge. According to Cartwright, several vehicles were on the bridge at the time, including one of a sized tractor-trailer truck. I am KERESE. Thank you for watching.